So I have a little quiz for you to get you to think about what you think knife crime is. And I'll match that against what the government says knife crime is in their target. And for no particularly good reason, I'm going to illustrate this with 18th century romantic poets. So William Wordsworth jumps out on William Blake from a bin and says, I have a knife, give me your wallet or I'll use it. Blake doesn't see any knife, but he hands over his wallet anyway. Is that knife crime or not knife crime? So there's no knife actually seen. Knife crime. Okay, so you do not have to actually see the knife, you just have to believe that there is a knife and to respond accordingly. So handing over the wallet is enough. Exasperated at Lord Byron's incessant finger drumming, Robbie Burns picks up a pair of scissors and cuts off a huge chunk of Byron's hair. Is cutting somebody's hair off with scissors knife crime? It is knife crime. In the course of a stop and search, Samuel Taylor Coleridge is found by police to have a zombie knife in his knapsack. Knife crime, not knife crime. Not knife crime. So that does not go into the government's pot, the target that they're trying to have. There's actually a good reason for that, in that most possession of offensive weapons is probably dictated by where the police go to stop and search people. John Keats waves a fork at William Wordsworth and screams, I'll kill you, you soppy freak. Knife crime, not knife crime, and the answer is up there, but yes, a fork is a knife. If it's used to threaten murder, it's a knife crime. Percy Bysshe Shelley, I learned on the train on the way down is how to pronounce that, runs a lucrative side hustle selling knives to teenagers on Snapchat. Is that knife crime or not knife crime in the government's definition? Not knife crime. It's not knife crime in the government's definition. So they're focusing almost entirely on interpersonal violence and the use of knives to assault people or to rob people. So what we think goes into these pots isn't necessarily what government is measured against. I actually think what they're using is probably about right, but it does show that these concepts are fluid and they're constructed and they're based on, nobody has the same exact definition of what these things are, which isn't great when you're trying to do research on these things, to be honest.